enemy threatening a capture point. Our supply line's broken.
Do you have just Faker nightmares? You wake up in a cold sweat, you're like, Faker's behind me.
I know, right? I'm like, even though I only have a mat on the floor, I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker may be in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves! Faker, what was that?
Destination, Commander?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Under infantry attack! Infantry attacking! Good shooting! Find us a new target! Target smashed! Well done, all! Infantry spotted! We've got infantry attack on our sparks! Infantry spotted! Enemy squad killed! Good shooting, mate! Taking fire! See you middle, so that one chat.
Emplacement under attack.
Gang, holy fuck!
Hey everyone, yeah, so that was some testing on the Brit main medium tank, the Cromwell. It does suck on tanks, and let me tell you, there's still people who don't believe me. I just can't stress that enough. It is absolute truth that the Cromwell is one of the worst mediums versus infantry, especially with the commander too. I don't know what is up with that. I did a lot more testing than what is apparent here, and the Cromwell performed really badly and lagged behind every other stock medium there on the market. So it is really frustrating to me that when I purchased the commander upgrade, which is 25 munitions, it actually decreased the performance versus infantry somehow. I don't understand why and how that's the same, but it actually does. It's seeable. I've done this test around 10 times, and most of the time the commander is either lacking behind or has no foreseeable advantages over the regular Cromwell in terms to infantry. Now, of course, I would honestly just introduce a pintle, or not a pintle MG, a whole mounted MG to the Cromwell, but as I understand it, they're not going to add any more new models to the game, so that's probably not an option for the Cromwell. I would just like to ask for the Cromwell to have better whole MG to really fix this problem, because you can see the test that the T-34 is actually lacking behind the austere P4s when it comes to anti-infantry performance, but that actually is a pretty good thing, because I honestly think that the T-34 generally is a really cost-efficient tank versus infantry. It is only 90 fuel, 30 300 manpower. It is a very, very good tank for what it's cost. But the Cromwell is a lot different. The Cromwell has difficulties vetting up because of its shitty hull MG, and it really relies on RNG to kill infantry. But you can see right here, even while standing still, it has the worst time to kill versus infantry than any of the other tanks. Which brings me to the problem, right? Like, the solution is to give it better hull MG, but what we got instead was a decrease in target size and an increase to acceleration, which is really weird. It makes me think that they're trying to make the Cromwell more of a cruiser tank, which is, you know, in history it was, but that doesn't explain the terrible infantry performance that it has. You know, there's already a tank in the British roster that does something like this. The AEC even has better MG. Like, the AEC main cannon is not accurate versus infantry at all, and if it hits, it will kill, but it doesn't hit any of the time. But the MG is actually what's killing the infantry. Now, we can keep the accuracy of the main cannon of the Cromwell, just give it a little bit better MGs, whole MGs at least, so it will perform at least better. I'm not talking about T-34 level, maybe Cromwell level if that's okay, but you know, whatever. So maybe this will shut those people up when they're talking about the Cromwell, because to be honest with you, it is, in my opinion, one of the worst tanks around. It doesn't have any of the utility the Sherman has. The AT performance is kind of shit versus anything that has side skirts. So I did some other tests that I didn't show on camera. It was a Cromwell. So I did some other tests versus the Panzer IV H that after it gets Vet 2, which it gets the armor upgrade on its side, the Cromwell is incapable of penetrating frontally, like, at all. Before the Vet 2, it has a pretty good matchup versus the Austrian P4, but versus the LKW P4 General and the vetted up Austrian P4, the Cromwell loses horribly. The penetration value is just not there at all. It's a flanker take, I understand that, but it doesn't have the moving accuracy of a flanker take, so it really makes it difficult to use this take effectively. I understand that smoke shells are really good, but I would rather take self-repairing like the Sherman. Honestly, just give me a Sherman. Just give me a Sherman in the British roster. Actually, you know what? Better yet, stop playing Brits altogether right now, because they are absolutely a horrible faction to play in what it was. Top 100 Brits are getting fucking stomped right now by, you know, everybody. It is really not a good time to play Brits, and I highly suggest you, if you don't want to play Brits, play USF, play Soviets instead. In the upcoming tournament, we will see what is going to happen in the meta, because I know people are gonna say that the British are somewhat capable, that they're gonna be able to do things, and I'm over here just like, I'm seeing the flaws of the faction that have been there since the beginning, and you nerfed every crutch unit this faction has. Oh my fucking god, this faction has gone down the shitter. Okay, maybe it's not that serious. I know people are gonna get mad at it. I played most of the factions, so don't get me wrong, I'm just trying to outbalance the game even more, because I don't know, man, you pay for a 110 fuel tank and you can't even sufficiently kill infantry with it. The armor performance is pretty shit too. It doesn't even counter mediums really well. Like, if you want a tank that's good at crushing and good versus mediums, then why don't you just get an N10 instead? Like, what is even the point of the Cromwell right now? It's like a generalist that's shit at everything, and you just kind of pay it just so it could be this kind of like stopgap before you get like a Churchill or a Comet or something. And even a Churchill and a Comet, those are premium grade stuff. Like, the Comet is so fucking expensive even after everything, and it is not a guaranteed thing. Because the Churchill has a lot of health behind it. It can tank the AT guns or whatever. It can survive a lot longer than the Comet. The Comet is like in a weird spot right now, because you want it
Why did it suspend
to combat infantry. It's a pretty good tank versus infantry, but by the time you get it, it has the same like similar field cost to a panzer. So you're going to be fighting a panzer with a comet with your AT guns versus his AT guns, but he has more options than you because he's probably playing austere or OKW, and he's just going to have barrage weapons where you don't. And it's like a really weird situation that whatever Brits can do right now, it's probably done better by USF, because like if you look at it, you have all the essentials there, right? Like a draw, daylight, you have the good late game transition. Well, Brits used to have a better late game transition. I don't know now. Actually, no, the late game is still pretty good, but the early game is suffered a lot because of the IS changes. But if you look at it now, getting heroes in high tier play, it's all about being mobile, being able to catch your opponent off guard and be in the right place at the right time. Infantry sections can't do that. The RA nerf is probably the most significant thing, I would say. I don't really care about the DPS nerf because it kind of routes out the same. The RA nerf is really pushing sections into this, you have to stay in cover until you defeat the enemy, and only then, when there's no fire around, then you can move. Which is pretty bad because they kind of lose the even grids now. Because at least grenadiers can move in and out of cover. So yeah, that's pretty bad, dude. Infantry section already had their rate of fire tied to cover already, so now they're hiding their survivability to cover as well. So it's just a really weird direction we're going into. Emplacements are still shit. They nerfed the shit out of the advanced emplacements commander, so that's not a thing anymore apparently. But yeah, it just sounds like I'm bitching and moaning about just about everything in the Brit roster right now, but it's not all that bad, honestly. There's only a couple things that need changing to make this faction actually decent. So I'm just gonna list off right here. I'm not gonna put any, like, I'm not gonna talk about the Cromwell any further. Let's talk about what the faction needs. It needs a barrage weapon, something other than the mortar. Maybe actually, yeah. So something like anything, because all the barrage weapons right now are currently either tied to the pyrotechnics infantry sections, or the sniper with the flares, or the mortar, or yeah. So which mortars are doctrinal, apparently. Placements. Let's not even bother with the fucking mortar pit. You know what the mortar pit is. You know that if you build that thing is like a 350 manpower sink that never pays for itself. Brits needs non-doctrinal mortars. This is definitely a thing. Every faction needs non-doctrinal mortars. Okay, this is non-negotiable. This is definitely has to be a thing. Non-doctrinal mortars for everybody. Alright, the second thing is Brits needs some kind of light anti-vehicle counter besides from like the Piats and the AEC. The AT gun has its accuracy bonus versus lights removed already, and Brits did gain snares. However, you're only realistically going to have 1 or 2 row engineers the entire game because they're not really good at anything. They're not like rear echelon who are capable of dishing out some mid to long range damage. Royal engineers kind of just suck. Not gonna lie, they're kind of used as CQC deterrents, but they kind of just, oh man, they're bad. So rather than, let's say, have you play 15 fuel for the side tech of the Royal Engineers, what I propose is to make the Tank Hunters Brit section upgrade non-doctrinal. Now, the Tank Hunter Brit section is a pretty good upgrade. It shouldn't be its own unit. Now, the way want to balance this out is that give it around like the same munition cost as say the AT rifles upgrade from the pedos, probably even more, maybe 70 fuel to match it with the assault section package. The assault section package should have its own place doctrinally, because I think one of the big things Brits are missing is also assault troop, but they kind of need that light anti-AT even more, because yes, don't really, yes, come late. Like AEC comes late when it compares to like a flamer half track and black half track and the 222 and basically the flamer clown car from Austria. You know, there's basically no options you have against those things until you get the AEC, but by the time you get an AEC, there's two 222s running around killing all of your fucking sections, bleeding you to death already, and they've gotten their work. So risky to go to sniper these days too, because of how early Austria light vehicle typing is, and how you just don't have any options to really stop them. Or engineers are like you literally have to keep them back, but they need vet to do well. I don't know, man. It's rough. It's really rough. So I'm proposing non-doctrinal tank hunters upgrade as a munition pack as well, and then maybe that can lead to some special weapon reworks. You know, this special weapons regiment is kind of weird. It has like 250 munition, I think. That's absolutely massive. It's not a good doctrine to play around with. Superior doctrines right now are tactical support and vanguard operations. Both have crocodiles in them, both have different tools to help Brits survive the late game. I mean, the mid game and transition into the late game. But yeah, that brings me to my third point. Fucking Brit banners are really weird, and please rework emplacement doctrine, because it's just really bad right now, and nobody wants to use it, especially because there's a fuel cost that comes with upgrading your emplacements now. That kind of sucks. That commander is literally dead. Nobody can play it, so it's pretty bad. USF has pretty viable commanders all around. OKW has pretty viable commanders all around. Brits has like 3, maybe 4 commanders that are viable right now. They got mobile assault, they got tactical support, vanguard operations, and lend-lease. That's practically it. No, sorry, 5 because Royal Artillery. Does Royal Engineer count? Does anybody go for the AVRE now? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's an interesting doctrine that, I don't know, could be used to great effect. Not seen it very often, mostly because by the time you get it, again, there's gonna be tigers, and shit like that running around. Tiger aces. Oh god, all the tiger aces. All the fucking tiger aces in the world are gonna be running around. So yeah, that's pretty much my rant about Brits. I'm gonna start playing maybe Austria and OKW, and I'll get back to you guys if I ever make a rant about that, because I don't know much about them at the moment. I've played my fair share in team games, but obviously that experience doesn't really carry over into 1v1s that well. I know there's a really fun playstyle where you spam assault grenadiers into panzer grenadiers. I'm gonna try to play around with that a lot, and maybe into like tigers or something. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you will hear my complaints, heed my complaints, tell me that I am an idiot, learn to play idiot that needs to go back into the code 2 and experience Brits all over again, because obviously I am in the wrong, right? Whew. Get this over with. Thank you guys for watching. If you stuck around to the end of the video, be sure to give me that subscription. I want to hit 1K just so I know doing videos is right for me. Thank you guys for watching. Again, that was like the third fucking time I've said it. And I hope you have a good day. I hope your plans still never goes well, you ask out that girl you like, you make that bomb ass spaghetti, whatever you're fucking doing. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Behold the Stuka.
Glory, get us moving! Don't let me go! Fire, you bastards!
I got it, run, go.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Infantry shooting at us! Give us some throttle!
The enemy has...
Out!
No!
The enemy have knocked out a Cromwell tank.
Come on, you Irish pig! Get moving!
Oh my god.
The squad's gone.
Oh, it's right in the cockpit! Take the shot! They're looking around the sides! Look out! Hard move right now! Sir, break!
The Churchill Crocodile is ready. Artillery battery firing flares now.
HMG taking shots at us! We're ready for the... Hit that bastard!
Go. Give me that rum bar. Fire. No.
The enemy's taken a proper thrashing. He's down to only 50 points.
Yes, boys.
A victory. When will the enemy learn, I wonder?
Oh, fuck yeah.